welcome. Today we are going to deal with a history chapter, early trade activities. I've tried my best to make it as easy as possible for you to understand. So stay with me. Trade is considered to be as old or as ancient as mankind. So during ancient times, people had always traded to exchange what they had in abundance for what they could not produce. And we know for sure there were trading relations between ancient Greek and Roman civilizations. We have evidence of this, we have proof of this. We found Roman coins during the excavation process all around the world. Even during Indus Valley civilization, there were trade relations between India and Mesopotamia. Then what about during medieval ages? Was there trade happening during that time? Yes, and there were two important commercial highways, Mediterranean Sea and Baltic Sea. So cities like Genoa and Venice emerged as important commercial cities. So merchants met out here from Europe and Asia to exchange their goods. There were other routes, and one of the very prominent one was the Silk Route, which Arabs used to carry out their trade to far eastern countries like China. These activities received a setback due to the development in the international politics during the 14th and the 15th centuries. This led to the age of geographical discoveries, which was a period between 15th to the 17th century. So let's look in detail about what were the causes of these geographical discoveries. There were causes for the geographical discoveries. Limitation of the land routes. Now, land routes took a lot of time. It was time consuming. There were a lot of risk involved in this. The traders would be often attacked by the robbers, and no perishable goods could be transported very easily. Another cause was the wealth. Westerners knew there was immense wealth in the eastern countries. In the 13th century, Marco Polo visited the kingdom of Kublai Khan in China and brought with him lots of precious stones. So they knew there was a lot of stuff in the eastern countries. Goods were in very high demand in the European market. Goods such as Chinese silk, Indian cotton, perfumes, etc. There was more geographical knowledge which was made available. Ptolemy wrote a book named Geography, and Florentine wrote a book named Merchant's Handbook. Now these books provided valuable information. European monarchs knew that there was opportunity to make money and to acquire land. So they provided whatever financial assistance which was needed to the explorers and the traders. They also wanted to spread Christianity. Christian missionaries saw this as an opportunity to spread religion, and they were supported by traders and merchants. More and more navigational aids were made available. Mariner's compass, which helped with direction in deep ocean. Astrolabe, geographical maps, and shipbuilding knowledge. Constantinople. Now remember, Europe had enjoyed flourishing, very prominent trade with Asia through Constantinople, the capital of the Eastern Roman Empire. But it was captured by the Ottoman Turks in 1453, and the Turkish rulers did not allow Europeans to trade via Constantinople. So this became a major problem. So they had to find new route. So the explorers went out, ventured into the oceans to find new land. First among them was Portugal. Now, Portugal's aim was very simple: God, glory, and gold. And during the 15th century, they were blessed to have Prince Henry as their ruler. who started a school for the navigators. He collected services of the map makers and the ship designers. So he wanted to provide best to his explorers. Hence, he got the title Henry the Navigator. So in 1488, there was a man named Bartholomew Dias who reached the southern tip of Africa. He called it as Cape of Storm, since he was caught in the storms over there. Later, it was named as Cape of Good Hope, since it provided hope to the navigators to travel further. In 1498, Vasco da Gama reached the western part of India, named Calicut. And when he returned back to Portugal, he brought with him lots of spices, precious stones, etc. Then what about Spain? Spain was not too far behind. Spanish exploration began during the rule of King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella. In 1492, Christopher Columbus was provided with 3 ships, and on 12th October 1492, he reached Bahamas, a place which he mistook for India. Columbus is also credited with the discovery of America. By the way, America was named after Amerigo Vespucci, who had explored the interior regions of the continent. So what were the effects of all these discoveries? The discovery of the Atlantic Ocean provided new sea routes, and new commercial centers started to emerge. This time it was London, Lisbon, Amsterdam. Geographical discoveries had established superiority of the West over the East. The Westerners used to think it was their responsibility of civilizing the uncivilized population, and they termed it as white man's burden. And this gave rise to colonialism and imperialism. This also led to the establishment of the Columbian system of exchange. So what was Columbian system of exchange? It is a system named after Columbus, according to which the plants, animals and ideas of Europe and the New World were exchanged with one another. So the Europeans brought cattle, horses, sheep to the New World, and from the New World the Europeans received tobacco, silk, spices, etc. I hope you enjoyed this class. Subscribe to this channel so you get all my classes. Take care. Thank you very much.